Hi, this is Michael Madison, and this is my final video. And this class, I really enjoyed it. Got sidetracked a lot and learned a lot. Uh, Four topics I found interesting was being an entrepreneur for one. It never crossed my mind before this class, but now that I think about it, I could do it in the future and maybe start my own business. Uh, but putting that much pressure on yourself is a little intimidating, though. When starting your own business, the stakes are astronomical because you're going all in, but you're making an investment in yourself, in your future. This is truly what makes it so unique and uh, enticing. However, there's much more to consider when running your own business than I realized. I never really thought about motivating your employees by example. Working hard and trying to be a great example is difficult, but when you're successful at doing so, you can make the workplace a better environment to work and have much happier employees. Now I think that no matter what, you should try to motivate your employees not just to work efficiently, but with the drive to make the company a better place, uh, with the drive to show up and be a good example as well. One of the most interesting concepts is that people don't quit their jobs, they quit their management. So be good management, and you can retain your employees. And uh, to retain top-notch employees, you must be a top-notch leader and hire people who are going to be top-notch leaders for you. Um, inve- Investing has always been something that I've been intrigued and watched. I've watched the stock market very close over the years and tried to see how different world issues and just changing a CEO, see how that affects the stock market and stocks, and trying to figure out my niche in the market. And uh, I've watched the stock market thinking I should have bought stock, but I didn't, and it would have been a worthwhile investment. In fact, a year ago, even though I didn't have the money to buy stocks after building my dream house, I made a list of stocks that I would have purchased if I had the money. Then I watched to see how, uh, just like hypothetically, to see how my decisions worked. It turned out that all the stocks I chose increased significant amounts, and if only I had the money then to invest, I could make quite a bit of money. But at least I know I can make a sound decision. Uh, I recently opened a brokerage account and I'm going to take the leap and see if I can make some money. Uh, Being ethical and happy um, in your community is something that I hope one day to achieve. I think if you become successful with the ability to make other people's lives better, that you should, increasing the community standards will make the community a better place and a better environment for everybody to live in. Um, Being ethical means doing the right thing when it comes to decision making. A bonus is that you will be a better able to sleep at night, knowing that you made the right decision and it was ethical, and you could be proud to come home every night and not have bad decisions on your back. Uh, in the book, How to Win and Influence, or How to Win Friends and Influence People, uh, I highlighted two topics that I found important and how it has changed my perspective. Uh, Let the other person do most of the talking, listening to them and seeing what they are interested in. If it is somebody that you know you want to impress, study them, like the night before, like Roosevelt did, and see what their interests are. Uh, so then when you're talking to them, you can keep their interest. And I have noticed by doing that that people want to talk to you and they want to talk to you more. Giving the other person uh, or a fine reputation to look up to, the best way to lead is by example. I even try to lead by example when raising my kids. One of the best ways to teach someone is by letting them see the right way to do it and the way that you should act. Uh, I've learned to always stay ahead of the curve, and you must be at least one step ahead of your competition because that'll help you stay on top. Because your competition, if they get ahead of you, then you're going to be trying to run 3 steps to get that one step ahead. Uh, when I was working on my business plan, I spent way too much time looking at all the information I could find on John Deere. There's actually a lot of it. The website has just a ridiculous amount of info. You can look up pretty much anything you want to on them. Uh, but something I found very interesting is that they keep their business very diverse uh, to keep business going strong no matter what the economy is doing. I should have invested in their stocks last year before it took off. They have stuck to their core values since they started, and they have become an inspiration to me in my business endeavor. Watching successful companies such as this will give me some insight on how to survive and keep a company going for the long term. When I read chapter 19 on the stock market, I went over it twice and tried to absorb as much information as possible. After I read the chapter, I opened a brokerage account and talked to my broker because I'm sick of watching the stocks and not making anything off of them. Uh, you can't rely on retirement when you retire anymore. You need to have a sound nest egg so you can keep the standard of living high throughout your lifetime. One thing I've found throughout life is that you need to keep goals and uh, people to inspire you to set your bar high or higher and higher to keep you away, always on track and reach your goals. Uh, my great uncle is James Madison, the fourth president, and he's always been an inspiration to me. He shows me that if you set your mind to something, that you will figure out ways to achieve your goal. I set goals in life, then achieve them, and then start on new ones. I never thought at my age I could have the life as perfect as the one I have today. Uh, I just set goals and uh, yeah, set good goals and stick with them. Don't have a goal and not finish it because then you're never going to go anywhere. And even if the goal's really hard, sure, it might take a few years to achieve that goal, but you still need to strive to be able to get that goal. Uh, in business, we push ourselves to perform to the best of our abilities, but with success, we need to remember to help others and teach the younger generation how important morals and being ethical is. We need to set a good example to keep this country as wonderful as it is without any discrimination because everybody is equal. And yeah, and I really enjoyed this class and think that the business world needs me like Warren Buffett or Bill Gates. I need to set my goals high to sustain a better life for my family and my community. I realized I mentioned this before, but someday one of my goals is I do hope to have my name on a park bench. The reason is if my name is on a park bench, that means I must have contributed to my community and to my chosen profession. I'd love to leave that kind of legacy behind someday. Um, and yeah, the business world, I think it's gonna be interesting. That's for sure. Learning about all this stuff and uh, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, just keeping inspiration, watching people like that, just to learn how they do things throughout their jobs and their careers is very inspirational. And yep, that's about it. You have a good summer. Bye.